Hey, cuz.
What's up, cuz?
No, hey, cuz.
Hey.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, I just want to let you know, as you can see, I'm wearing my number 2 podcast shirt.
Hey, as you can see, so am I.
I need another one.
Are you gaining weight?
I hope not. I'm trying to lose weight. It's getting too big on me.
Oh, that's excellent. Mine's getting a little too snug.
So you know where I'm going to go to get that?
I hope you go to campfyrepod.com/merch to get that.
I am. That's exactly where I'm going to go.
Yeah, and then click on the link so that it'll take you to Amazon where you can buy our shirts.
Yeah, and if I decide to buy anything else,
We might make a small commission at no extra charge to you.
hell yeah.
That's a great way to support the show.
It is.
All you have to do is go to campfyrepod.com/merch. That's Campfyrepod, campfyrepod.com/merch.
And share the love.
Share the love. Support the show.
There you go. Hi, I'm Lourdes.
And I'm Eric, but you can call me Tello. This show is a family-oriented show, but it's oriented from the adult perspective. We talk about adult situations, and very often we use adult language. So if there's any kids in the room, kick their asses out. They don't belong here right now. Unless they want to learn something about life.
Right, this may not be suitable for children. And I'd like to add, I don't want to make anybody mad, and I love my family and friends.
I do too. What?
I don't know if that's a good way to start off the show.
Why do you always hate me?
I don't hate you. I hate what comes out of your mouth.
You mean my
when it
words?
Makes that sound.
What sound?
The burping sound.
All right, let me just ask the audience. Anyone listening to this show right now, please let us know. How do you feel about me burping in the microphone?
It's disgusting.
My belch into the microphone. Does it bother you? Does it disgust you? Let me know.
Disgusts me.
If we get a big enough reaction from the audience, that'll decide whether I continue to do it or not. So audience, if you're listening and it bothers you when I burp into the microphone, let me know. You can hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook at Num2Pod, NUMTWOPOD. Or if you're old-fashioned and you want to email us, that's num2pod@gmail.com. Again, NUMTWOPOD.
Okay, you need to make sure, I need to look and see who comments.
Yeah, or, I mean, if you want to leave a comment on our Apple Podcast or Google Play, wherever you get your podcast, leave a comment about the show. I'll see it eventually. It's better to hit us up on Twitter or Instagram is probably the best, actually. Facebook, I might see your comment 3 or 4 years from now.
I probably would see it. Because what are those people called? Like, stalkers?
Nerds? Oh, stalkers?
Yeah, I don't really post anything. You know, it's getting really out of hand, too. I'm actually considering deleting my Facebook.
That's a great way to promote our show.
My personal Facebook.
Which is attached to our show Facebook.
It's the only reason I don't do that.
I'm sure. But, I mean, you can continue posting on Instagram because you do it so much.
I don't even know how. I need to go to a class for that.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like how you post on Twitter.
I get all these pop-ups of people who have posted on Twitter and who I guess I follow. I still haven't, I need to go to school for that too.
Because you make me feel old because I'm older than you. But you not knowing how to use this technology makes you seem really old, which makes me feel even older.
Yeah.
So please learn to use it.
It's in my bucket of things to learn.
What else is in that bucket?
A lot of stuff. Like losing weight.
Oh,
I have been doing squats.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Avoid that butt surgery.
Well, it's funny that you say. It's funny that you bring that up because that just triggered something.
You and your triggering. My goodness.
I was looking for our show notes from the last show.
The show notes that you wrote?
Yeah. What did you think about those?
Well, they were a little short. Not so funny.
What?
They got to me a little bit late. So anyone who downloaded the podcast on day, by the way, this is episode 51.
Yeah.
The one after our 50th episode, which anyone who downloaded it the first day got my original message that you were supposed to write the show notes. And if they were able to read this, that means that you suck. And I was out of town. I was visiting Mom.
Yeah. I didn't even get to see you that weekend.
Yeah, well, you saw me. You almost hit me with your car at the grocery store parking lot.
Yeah.
So you sent me the show notes late. I didn't get them up immediately because I didn't have great internet access or access that often. And so they went up with the original notes, and then I finally was able to get the new stuff posted. But by then, the 3 people who downloaded our show had already downloaded our show.
That's ridiculous.
So they know you suck.
Because I did those show notes
Yeah, thank you.
before Sunday.
Yeah, but you didn't get them to me.
I just shared. I mean, how do I get it in anyway?
No. I mean, no. Well, because you wrote them down longhand first.
Yeah.
And then it took you some time to get it typed up.
Yeah.
And then I didn't have access to computer and internet.
Oh, so it's a both of our fault type thing.
Yeah, if you want to look at it that way. Or you could have just done it sooner. Because I had already had the show posted. It was just waiting to be released. It was already scheduled. I had done that like a week prior.
Well, you gave me a time frame, and I stuck to that time frame.
That's right. Next time I'll give you a better due date. You're right. It's my fault. It's my fault for not scheduling you to work on your show properly.
Well, since you put it that way.
Well, how else should I put it?
This is a team effort.
By the way, just a follow up from episode 50. Anyone who listened, you got to hear my mom be our special call-in guest unexpectedly with her iPad problem. You remember what the problem was?
Yeah, the home button was not working.
Yes. Well, when I went home to visit, I was like, let me take a look at this. And I did some research. And guess what?
It was the plastic cover.
No. What do you... No.
I don't know.
Talking about the cover I gave her for Christmas? No.
Yeah.
That thing is working still great. It's falling apart in a few places, but it's still holding together. Guess what?
What was it?
I got it working. It was just dirty, I guess. I just kept cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. And I guess enough alcohol made it in there to wash away some of that dirt.
Away. I bet.
Excuse me, to wash away some of that dirt.
You should have just told her it doesn't work and brought it home.
No.
Make your brother buy her a new one anyway.
No. My goodness.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good update for that.
Yeah, so I'm back to being a good son.
It's the little things.
I don't think she noticed until I pointed it out. The next day, I was like, hey, have you tried your iPad yet? She said, no. And she picked it up. I was like, well, try it out. Because I had found another workaround to give her a software home button in the meantime. So she was using that. But I was like, hey, just try it out. See if it might be working. And she was like pushing the stuff. I was like, is it working? She's like, yeah, it's working. I was like, okay. And I was expecting her to say, oh, thank you. Thanks for fixing it. Or did you do this or whatever? And she's like, yeah, it's working now. I was like, okay, good. But I think she did say thank you, but still, yeah. After the big concern and her being on episode 50, I thought she would be like, oh,
a little more excited,
a little more animated. She didn't even do one cartwheel.
Oh my gosh.
My mother.
That sounds a little unappreciative.
She does cartwheels all the time, but this one time I expected. I always tell her too. I was like, Mom, be careful with your cartwheels. You're getting older. And she's like, shut up, watch this. And then she does like a triple cartwheel with a couple of backflips. So this time that I fixed her, maybe, you know what? Mom, I'm talking to you. Were you hoping to get a new iPad? Is that what this angle was all about?
I bet it was.
And then she was upset that I fixed it, so she doesn't.
So she was like, "Oh,
Mom,
thanks."
I'm just kidding. No, mom thanked me. I'm just making a joke. I'm making up a story here.
Well, let me ask you this. This is going to say how much she thanked and appreciated you for doing that.
Go ahead.
Did she cook you something to eat?
I ate so much that
Oh my!
weekend.
Well, see, there you go. You know your mom works through food.
I know. She made spaghetti and meatballs, which is like my favorite.
Sounds so good.
And it had been a long time since I had a steak. She cooked me a steak.
Damn.
And then she can't eat like she used to. She can't eat she doesn't eat that much anyway. So she cooked herself a steak and cut like a little bitty sliver of it, and I got the leftover.
Oh my gosh.
So basically she made me
You had
steaks.
2 steaks.
And I was off my keto diet, so there were like a side of fries and all kinds of stuff. And then we were watching this show on Netflix called Ugly Delicious, which I highly recommend.
Ugly Delicious?
Ugly Delicious. Yeah, there's a chef. I think his name is David Chow. I forget his last name. He's a Korean guy, a chef, and he's real outspoken. I like this guy. He's like he seems like he's real. Like when he's on camera, it seems like that's the kind of guy he is off camera.
Mm-hmm. He's not like putting on a show.
Yeah,
anything.
exactly. And he's not afraid to curse and all that stuff. And this is primarily like a food show, but like I said, it's pretty real. There's some curse words in there. It's just
Did he make spaghetti and meatballs?
Well, no, there is a pasta episode, but there's an episode that centers around different. I guess you could call them comfort foods. The first episode is about pizza. The second episode is about tacos, which I highly recommend. I thought it was really interesting and educational. But watching this food show, you get hungry. You know that your brain starts releasing that dopamine, saying, "Hey, look, that looks good on TV.
See food, yeah.
That'll give you some pleasure." So I started I was eating garbage, like the frozen little pizza snacks, the little
those are the worst. Tostitos little pizza rolls.
Yeah, the little pizza rolls. They're not the name brand ones. Come on, cuz. We're saving money. And then when I finished those off, there were some chicken fingers in the freezer. So I was warming those.
Gosh.
Oh yeah, I know. Absolute worst stuff. The stuff that I don't even eat anymore.
That's like probably you just probably ate fake everything.
Probably.
And it's fake stuff is running through your. That's why you burp.
Probably. But it was it did what it needed to do. I got my hit. I got my fix.
How did that go? How did that affect your
digestive system?
Yes.
I felt stopped up for a little while.
Oh, I have a recipe for you that you can try to detox all that bad stuff.
A poo-poo recipe?
It's not a poo-poo recipe.
A duty
for me,
recipe?
It didn't. No, it's a detox.
It's not tapeworms, is it?
No. It's called, this is so funny. I didn't know it was called this. I've heard of the recipe before, but Andrea, my sister, has been doing it for a while. And then Loopy said she did it not too long ago. And so we were all talking about it the other day. And it's called chupa la grasa. That means suck the fat.
Oh, the fat?
Suck the fat. And it's cucumber, mint, lemon, and ginger. And you diffuse it in water overnight. Oh my gosh.
That must be those chicken fingers.
A whole week later. Anyway, maybe you should try that chupa grasa.
I'm going to pass on that.
It's actually pretty good.
I'm going to pass on that.
Don't just try it. You try other things.
What are you saying? You
eat frozen fake food.
That was my experimental phase. I was experimenting with frozen fake food.
Anyway, well, I've been trying to experiment and not eat as much, and it's so tough. It is really hard not to eat like bad food.
You need to eat to survive.
I eat. I just, my body, like you said, you were watching that show and there were tacos and there were this. And
that tacos look so good too, man. It's a really good episode. Ugly Delicious. Go check it out.
Ugly Delicious.
The taco episode especially.
Okay.
You learn some history about our people. And by our people, I mean taco eaters.
I went to see Equalizer Two.
I've never seen the first one.
You haven't?
No. Because I'm busy.
I am too, but the only reason I watched the first one 505 times is because it always reruns on one of the Spanish channels.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
And Luis is like, I'm like, oh my gosh, we're watching Equalizer again. And I guess because the second one has just been released or is out, they're playing it a lot. The first one on TV. So he was like, let's go see the second one. So we went and it was good. It was intense. But it's, your typical save
action
the day
movie.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you recommend it?
I would, but that's because I like it. But I thought it was a little better than Sicario, and Luis and little Luis were like, no, it's not. Sicario was better. So
this is tearing the family apart.
Yeah. Basically. We didn't agree. We can't agree on anything. But you know what? It's a quote we've heard before. But
your sister Lupe?
Yes. Just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean I'm against you.
I feel like you're against him.
Well, it just depends on what it is.
Well, Equalizer 2 versus Sicario 2, which I haven't seen either one of them.
I think you'll probably like Sicario better than Equalizer. I'm trying to look at it from your perspective.
Are you trying to think like I think? Are you trying to get in my head?
Yes.
Am I talking to future Dr. T right now?
Yes. And speaking of, I registered for my classes.
Oh, how'd that go? This already sounds boring.
No. So I was, like between transferring to the university or staying at the Institute of Technology.
Yes.
And I was like, I don't know what to do. So the Institute advisor called me and she's like, you haven't registered yet. I'm like, I'm so glad you called me. This is my dilemma.
And then you grabbed your magic 8-ball.
and I shook it. And I said, what should I do with this? And it said, ask
All
again.
signs point to no. Oh, ask again. Damn it, 8-ball.
So, oh my gosh, that's so funny.
You know what?
I used to do that damn 8-ball all the time.
We should get one of those and actually base some real life decisions on it just to see.
I need to find one.
Like, how good is our decision making compared to just a random chance of a toy?
So, anyway, I go and I meet with her and I feel good about it, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to ask for you or the audience's, input on it. So, I'm trying to go for psychology.
Yes.
Okay.
But don't try to go for psychology.
I'm going for psychology.
Yeah. Remember the greatest advice Master Yoda ever gave.
You don't try. You just do.
You've never watched a Star Wars movie, have you?
No.
Hang on. Right here. Oh. Excuse me. Got this right here. This guy. Right here. Cousin. Are you looking?
How does he... go ahead. I see him.
Do or do not. There is no try. Do or not. Do or do not. There is no try. So you're not trying to go for psychology, cousin?
I am going for psychology.
There you go. So what'd you sign up for?
My first class is, anyway, well, let me back up. The advisor suggested, due to the cost of the classes and the size of the classes compared to those at the university, that I take as much classes, transferable classes there at the institute. So my first class is anatomy and physiology.
Oh, you're going to learn about the human body.
Yes.
Nice.
Right.
So
and then the other
you're
one
going to
is
finally
government.
learn what the vulva is.
Yes.
Dang it. I wish my iPad wasn't dead right now so I could play some sound clips from when you...
That is so funny. I thought it was a car. Oh,
For
yeah.
anyone
so
who
I'm
doesn't
gonna
know, a few episodes back, we were talking about panocha, and I found out that it's a type of pudding, but it's also a slang for the vulva.
also known as the vagina.
Well, you'll find out for sure when you take anatomy and physiology. And if they don't cover that area, just raise your hand and ask the question.
Well, that's my other age. I'll
And
be taking that.
make sure that you film yourself when you do that.
I might have to because that's an online class.
Oh, so you have to type the question out?
I have no idea. I'm getting kind of nervous. I'm like, maybe I should take that in class.
Yeah, so you can film yourself asking that question. Here, let's play it out right now. I'll be the teacher. You raise your hand and ask the question. Anyway, as you look, this is the musculature of the face. Yes, you actually have muscles in your face. That's how. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, you in the front row with your hand up. Yes, young lady.
Hi. I have a question.
Yes.
Where's the vulva?
Oh, mine's parked outside in the parking lot. Why do you ask?
Where's the vulva? Am I saying it wrong?
Yeah, it's out in the parking lot. It's in the teacher's parking lot. I have my own parking spot. Why do you ask?
I thought it was in a part of the body.
What part of the body are you talking about?
The female part.
And this is where I would play the sound clip for panocha. but my iPad is dead.
I never heard that word before.
Clearly.
I know. I felt so embarrassed. And then I didn't even know right now if I was pronouncing it right.
It's vulva.
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 Yes.
I was saying vulva.
No,
like
I mean
vol. Like V-O.
Oh, vol. No, vol.
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 Vulva.
Va. Say it like it's in Spanish. Vulva.
Vulva.
Y vulva, vulva, vulva. Vulva.
Oh my God.
Oh, that song is going to take on a complete new meaning from now on.
I'm just thinking. Oh my gosh. Actually, that was pretty good.
Oh, thanks, cuz I just wish I could remember the other lyrics. Oh, what?
You'll have to do a remix of that song.
Yes. Vulva, vulva. So wait, volver means what?
Like come back, come back. Oh goodness. I'm trying to think of how the song goes. And this is a very well-known Mexican song artist, Chente Fernandez.
Vicente Fernandez?
Yes. El jefe de jefes.
The chief of chiefs?
Yep.
The big cheese?
Yeah.
El queso grande?
I remember when, I think it was, I don't know what we were having here at the house, but someone was on Facebook, and you know, there was a time where like they were these.
The fake death announcements.
Yes.
Yes.
And I don't remember if it was Gloria.
It was Gloria, our dear Aunt Gloria. May she rest in peace.
Yeah, she like started calling everybody saying Vicente Fernandez died.
She was crying.
Yeah, and
it brought her to tears.
I was like,
my mom called me to tell me that our Aunt Gloria called her crying to let her know that Vicente Fernandez had died.
I was like, no, he didn't. That would be everywhere. So I went to Google and I just typed in his name, and you know, when they really do die, it immediately populates in Google. Like the first thing it says,
death.
You know, they're
died.
dead. Yeah. And his name was nowhere. Death was nowhere near his name.
They said, "Did you mean the Google autocorrect? Did you mean Vincent Fernandez?"
Vincent Fernandez. We have, and I know that I'm not good at pronouncing names.
I'm bad at pronouncing Spanish names, like Vicente Fernandez. Oh, I got it.
You did. You got it.
Usually my teeth get in the way.
But I don't know if I mentioned this when Priscilla was having like an award ceremony for school. The announcer was, I mean, she was butchering those names. Like, I mean, it got to where as she announced the student's name, I wanted to yell from the audience the correct name.
Because please do that next time. If ever that opportunity comes up, and film yourself doing it. Come on, it's great content for the show.
Well, at work, we have, they'll get on the loudspeaker and then they'll announce different things. Or if most of the time, if a secretary's not in their office and the front desk needs them, they'll page them. And one of the ladies' last name is Revis. Okay. But the lady, when she was paging her, and she's pronounced it, I guess, 3 or 4 different ways throughout a period of time. And it's, so-and-so Revis. Revis. I'm like,
Revis.
Yeah, because she has, I want to just give her a call.
Rivers.
Like, Rebus.
Revolting.
I was just like, oh my goodness.
Rivernomics.
In that case, she could just say the department name and ask just say secretary for the department of so-and-so. Please call the front desk.
Rabid dogs.
Okay, that's okay. I think everyone gets
Rio de Janeiro.
Everybody gets the point. Oh,
Remember me?
I have something to share since I brought up work.
Go ahead. Share it. Oh, a work story?
It's a sad work story.
Okay, hang on. Let me play a sad work story theme. I'm kidding. My iPad is dead, remember? No soundboard.
Thought you were just wanting us to be quiet so you could add it in later.
That's called post-production. I don't have time for that anymore.
Oh, okay. So, have you ever experienced a death of a coworker?
I don't recall ever experiencing that.
I never have, and this last Sunday was the first time. There was a lady that I don't think I ever talked about her on the show, and I'm not going to give her name or anything, but when I tell you, she was, and the only reason I'm bringing it up, not to bring the show down, but just a true inspiration and to show that we have a choice in our life of choosing to be happy or, choosing to be miserable. And 2 years ago, she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And she was given a year without treatment and 2 years with treatment.
Dang, so the most she could extend her life was by 1 year.
Pretty much, yeah. Yes. And if you had the opportunity to meet her, you would have never known she was ill. she was just such a happy spirit. Like, you could feel it. Now, that's how it was at work. I don't know how it was at home or, in her personal life.
I heard she used to beat her husband.
maybe
I'm
not.
kidding. No, she sounds like a wonderful, honestly, she sounds like a wonderful person. Like, I don't think I would be able to have that kind of strength in that situation.
And that's what was so, I guess that was what was so inspiring, is because, like, she literally fought. She was at work 3 weeks ago. She took 2 weeks off to try to regain some strength and put on some weight, because they were going to try a new form of chemotherapy or treatment for her, because what they had been doing, they were no longer able to do. And she didn't make it. She passed away.
Oh, man.
But like I said, she was at work 2 weeks ago, still doing her work, still smiling, still, engaging with people, talking like, nothing was wrong. We could clearly see that she was, sick at that time, by that time. And I want to talk about her because she didn't have a choice with the illness that she was given. She didn't get to say, yes, give me this illness.
Right.
I'll take this.
Right.
But she took it.
It's not like how people become drug addicts or alcoholics based on decisions that they make, and then it becomes
an addiction.
Well, an addiction, which is a disease in and of itself, but there's a decision made that leads you towards that.
Right.
This, more than likely,
she didn't have a choice. Right. And I believe someone else in her family had passed away from the same type of cancer. And I kept asking, my boss, like, it's, and not to sound selfish, but, we people tend to, we always, I think, try to put ourselves in that situation and say, what is she still doing here? She knew that she was dying. And then it hit me. I felt like, that she was there. God put her there, I think, for us, because not just to see that, how strong she fought, but she chose, while she was losing her life, she still chose to be happy and to inspire other people. And she didn't have a choice. And we, the Number 2 podcast and all of our listeners, we have a choice. We have a choice to be happy or not to be. And I think we truly do, have much more control over and how to dictate our life than we actually realize, or that we want to accept. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You know what I mean?
No, I know what you're saying, yes.
And it's just, I don't know. It was sad.
Life is a series of choices. I
Yeah.
mean, from the moment you wake up, is today going to be a good day or is it going to be a bad day? You
Right.
wake up feeling not so great and you're like, oh my goodness, today's going to be a terrible day. And then it ends up being a terrible day because you started your day off with a bad choice and a bad attitude.
Right. And
is that what you're getting at?
Basically, and then you walk down the hallway and you see this coworker that she knows she is dying. And she still looks at you and smiles and says, how are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you're like, better than you, obviously.
no, what do you
And then she's like, oh, you're so funny.
No, but it's, I don't know. It was just,
I wonder if she would have appreciated, look, and I don't know this woman. She sounds wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she would have appreciated my sense of humor like that.
I think so. There was a guy that worked with us before. When she had already found out that she was ill, and he had a sense of humor. I don't know that everyone would have been able to get away with that, but he went in one day and asked her how are you, whatever, and she was like, oh, today's been a bitch. It's been bad.
Wait, he said that or she said that?
She did.
Oh.
And he came back with some, funny remark. I'm
He's
ruining
like,
the
life's a
story.
bitch, and then you marry one.
Yeah.
And she's like, don't I know it, brother? And they high five.
But anyway, that's my Dr. T motivational whatever. You know, be happy. Yeah, you have a right.
Yeah, don't
you make
worry.
the choice. Yeah. Be happy. Isn't that, who was that, the Fine Young Cannibals?
No.
Oh.
Because you said Fine Young Cannibals, you forced the name out of my head. Don't worry. Be happy. That
Are
was
you
a
sure?
huge... Yes, that was not Fine Young Cannibals. That was Bobby McFerrin, I think. Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
I'm going to put in my vote for Bobby McFerrin. That came out, I think, when I was in 5th grade. It was a huge hit. It's a good song, but it's very simplistic in its arrangement, I guess. I don't know enough about music. All I know is there's not a whole lot of instruments. It's mostly a cappella. There's some whistling.
Yeah. And you
Here's a
are...
little song I wrote. Want to
You're-
sing it note for note. Don't worry.
Be
happy.
happy.
Don't worry. Be happy now. Ooh. Ooh.
Oh.
So was I right? Is it Bobby McFerrin?
You are right.
Look at me with my... hey, hang on. Let me play a little ding. Bing. No iPad. I'm sorry. No sound effects.
Now you're a wiener.
No, because sometimes... Thanks. I am a wiener. Sometimes when I can't remember something, it's easy to go to Google, but I'm trying to force my brain to do the exercises. I'm trying
Like
to keep the
think?
memory. Yes. Like think. Who'd have thought, huh? Right? I'm trying to force my brain to think.
There was this doctor that was in a class. I think it was a church thing we were doing. And
This
he
sounds
said
like a
he
boring
did...
story, too.
Well, no, he said he did this x-ray on this lady and she was like 90-something years old. And
The
when he
vulva.
looked at her... when he looked at her scan, her brain scan,
Uh-huh.
he thought she was like maybe 60 or 70 years old.
Oh, she had a young, healthy brain.
Yes.
Nice.
And he was like, she did puzzles.
Yeah, I was
She
about to say
did
crossword
word
puzzles.
search. She did all those things.
Yeah, those
And
supposedly help keep your brain active. And
Yes.
I've never done any of those.
I love crossword puzzles.
What was
but
that?
It was an inside burp.
Did you just burp inside the microphone?
No, that was my chair there.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
How
I
could-
put this. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to call you a hypocrite.
What?
I was going to call you a hypocrite
Yeah, I
'Cause you
don't
burped.
understand why you would even go there.
because you get onto me for burping, and there you are burping.
I pulled away from the mic and made no sound come out.
And that is offensive to me.
Anyway, so what's been going on over there?
Oh, because a lot. I spent the weekend in downtown Austin.
Fancy schmancy.
Yeah, kind of. Like, I had something to go. I had some stuff I was going to be doing downtown. And I decided since I was going to be there so much over the weekend, I would treat it as sort of a vacation since I didn't get to take my actual vacation because I had to end up moving.
Uh-huh.
So I got a hotel for the weekend and I just had a little downtown Austin vacation weekend.
Fancy schmancy.
Yeah, kind of.
Was it like canoeing and what is that, Lake Travis type? Oh, wait, that's not downtown Austin.
That's way away from downtown. Like, I'm not good with directions, but I know Lake Travis is not downtown Austin.
But they do have canoeing things downtown.
Now you're putting me on the spot because I don't know anything about anything directionally.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Lake Travis runs through downtown. There are some. I want to say maybe Barton Springs is down around there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't do any of that.
Oh.
I stayed
that's
to the
so-
city streets. I walked around. I got pizza from this place called The Onion. Pizza by the slice. I enjoyed it.
It was good.
Yeah, it was good. Every time I'm downtown for an extended stay, I try and stop by this place. because it's good pizza. It's
What
good.
is it
It's cheap.
called?
The Onion.
The Onion.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like. Just keeps peeling back pizzas, or I don't understand.
I don't know. I don't know the origin of the name. I don't know anything about it other than I like to go there to get a slice of pizza. And when I say a slice, I mean 2 or 3.
I'm not big on pizza. You know, Andrea made a keto pizza the other night.
Oh, that's nice. Thanks for inviting me.
I'm going to show you a picture actually because she just, well, I
That's
shouldn't say
great.
she
While you're
did.
doing that, I'm going to keep telling my story.
Go ahead.
So the first morning I was there, I woke up pretty early because I'm a fairly early riser. And I didn't have anything to do until like early afternoon. So what am I going to do with the next few hours?
Eat
So-
breakfast.
Yeah, I'm not really a breakfast person. Okay, hold it steady. That looks like a cinnamon bun. What is that, spinach?
It's spinach and cheese.
Spinach and cheese. What kind of crust on this keto pizza?
I think it's mozzarella toasted in the oven.
All right, what about the meat? You can have meat.
No meat on there.
That's
It's
a
just,
lot of cheese.
To me, that defeats the purpose.
What, meat on pizza?
Cheese.
Oh,
All that cheese.
doesn't matter.
Anyway.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyway. So I was downtown Austin. I'm like, hey, you know what? I've never gone to visit our state capital. I was born and raised in Texas. I'm a native Texan. I should visit our capital, like the Capitol building, right?
Yeah. I can't believe you've never been.
Yeah. So
I've even been there.
I went. You shut up. I was like, you know what? I'm going to be a tourist in my own town. I went to visit the Texas state capitol.
Did you have a tour guide?
I did. I had a tour of the Capitol. I learned some stuff. Like,
They guided you through it?
yes. Yeah.
Over here to the right, this is da-da-da.
Yeah,
If
she
you look
pointed to
over
some
here to the...
Yeah. It wasn't quite exactly like that, but it was very similar. She's like, follow me to this room. And then she gave us a little history lesson about the Texas government, the formation of Texas, some of the battles, some of the laws. She put me on the spot. She asked me who our current governor was. I'm like, oh.
Is it Rick Perry?
No, he was governor for a long time, and he
It's
was
Abbott.
there. It is.
Yeah.
Yep. Governor Greg Abbott
Greg Abbott, yeah.
and Costello.
Yeah. Did she take you to the basement?
That's the Alamo. That's in San Antonio.
Did you even ask?
Well, I didn't have to ask because there are now subfloors in the Texas State Capitol.
Oh,
There
so
are two
technically you
subfloors.
did.
There are 2 subfloors and a parking garage. And the Texas State Capitol is 14 feet taller than the United States Capitol.
Oh, wow.
It's
Everything's
also,
bigger in Texas.
That's what I'm talking about. Just like my appetite. There's also the Texas State Capitol. There's been an expansion. Part of it was this underground expansion, and there's a lot more office space and Texas government official working space.
Like Secret Service type underground stuff?
Well, like, I mean, you have to have certain access to get into it
Clearance
from
to get
certain
in.
points. But if you go through the main Capitol building and you're part of this tour, they'll lead you to those places. No problem. And then they invite you to check out their gift shop on the way out.
Do you have to tip your tour guide person?
That never crossed my mind. I this is the first time I thought about it, and yeah, you probably should now that you mention it.
Oh, man. I bet you feel bad.
Well, now I do, but I tip.
The look on your face is like...
Well, because
Oh,
it never crossed my mind. Yeah, maybe. I don't even know. Like,
I
what if
don't
I
know
tried to
either.
offer some money and she's like, "What are you doing?" I don't know.
You should just ask someone else in the group. Are we supposed to tip her?
Well, no one else tipped her.
Oh,
The tour
then you
ended.
probably didn't do right. I mean,
The
y'all
tour-
probably did the right thing.
The tour ended. She said goodbye. She left us at the end of the tour, which was not the place where we started. And I had to find my own way out. From underground. I had to take an elevator up to get out.
Did
But
you
what-
find the big red bike?
That is at the Alamo. It's not the Texas State Capitol. You're confusing your Texas cities and their in the history.
Yeah, I guess. You're
Although they
right,
did
I
have
do.
a huge painting of one of the battles of the Alamo. That was really good. Yeah. I didn't see a basement in that. They didn't even have a roof in that picture.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
But nothing happens.
I'm
but
just
nothing
thinking.
happens.
Nothing happens.
You said I'm trying to think, and I said, but nothing happens.
It's been about 11 or 12 years since I've been to the state capitol.
Well, it misses you.
Well, since your fave cuz she's recently moved, I'm not going to disclose where because I don't really know the actual address. Because I probably would. But she's moved closer to that area. And so maybe we'll be able to take a little road trip out there.
Yeah,
soon.
don't bother coming to visit me.
Well, I wouldn't have any place to stay.
Get a hotel. I can recommend a nice one downtown. It was really nice.
Yeah. Luis has actually been wanting to go to San Marcos. I don't know for what. I think maybe he's been talking to someone there.
Because that's not funny.
I'm joking. It was funny to me.
I don't know. I got more story to tell. I'm not sure if we should explore this.
Go finish your story. I like yours better.
Is there something going on?
No.
Because don't worry me. You know how I worry.
No, there's not. Yeah. He was like, it just kind of threw me off because he was like, we always go to the outlets before school starts. There's outlets in Houston and there's obviously the outlets in San Marcos. We've never been to the ones in San Marcos. No, I take that back. We have, but it's been years. Anyway, so this year he was like, do you want to go to the outlets to get Luis some school clothes? And I was like, no, the drive is so far and it's hot and, we normally don't get much anyway. So he's like, well, what about going to San Marcos? I was like, that would be pretty cool though to do that. But then I'm like, it's going to be super hot. School shopping in. Yeah. And he doesn't like shopping. So it would probably be a miserable trip because he would be rushing me.
Maybe he's just trying to be more involved.
I think so. I do need a new purse.
Oh my God. You and your purse. I need a new wallet. My wallet is peeling. You don't see me looking for a new wallet.
Oh my gosh. My purse is peeling.
Why do we buy such cheap stuff?
It's not cheap. Oh.
What?
Mine was a gift from your fave cuz. And it's only peeling. It's only peeling because I have used the crap out of it. I used it as my school bag, my purse, a travel bag.
Why are you so abusive to the gifts my fave cuz gives you?
It has been a very, very useful bag. And even though it's peeling, I still won't get rid of it. There. Now let's see who's fave.
Well, you know what, cuz you've done a good job describing that purse. It sounds very appealing.
Of course it does. Luis found a piece of it in the car. He's like, what's this? I was like, oh my gosh, that's part
my
of my purse. Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
So your weekend in this luxurious hotel.
Luxurious is the word you're looking for.
Luxurious. Why can't it be luxurious? There's no such word.
Yeah, that word doesn't exist. You just made it up. Congratulations, you've added to the English language.
You're so mean to me.
What? No, I just congratulated you for making up a new word.
You're luxurious.
No, luxurious.
Luxurious.
That's the word you made up.
That doesn't sound right. No.
That's because it's not right. That's the word you said. There's a reason it doesn't sound right. It doesn't exist.
Anyway, so your fancy hotel.
Well, before that, I was at the Texas State Capitol.
Yeah.
So I took a picture and posted it on my personal Instagram and Twitter and all that. And I remembered a story, a little family legend. And tell me if you've ever heard this. That our grandfather won a bet by taking a shit on the steps at the Texas State Capitol. You've never heard that story?
I've never heard that.
I've heard that story. I posted that.
I guess our grandpa was savage.
Oh, way savage. And I I did like hashtags, like hashtag role model, hashtag sarcasm, like.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you hear that as a kid, you think, "Oh my man, Grandpa was so cool." But as an
Yeah.
adult, I'm like, "How disrespectful!"
That's exactly what came to my mind when you were saying that right now. I was like, oh my
how
gosh.
disrespectful. And people had were responding to stuff like you said, like savage stuff like that, like poopy icons, emojis, and stuff. And I got a surprising response from it. But as I was walking down Congress, which is the street right in front of the Capitol building.
It said Grandpa was here.
No. No, I was thinking about my grandfather, and I was thinking about him taking a shit on the steps. And I was thinking about the night before I had dinner. Do you remember that gourmet hot dog place I told you I went to lunch to one time and it cost me $40?
Yeah.
Well, it was for me and a friend.
Right, but it was still expensive.
Yeah, very expensive. Well, I went there the night before because I was downtown and I was like, oh, I know a good place to go eat. So it was me and another buddy, my buddy who dropped me off at the hotel. We had I had a gourmet chili dog, which wasn't gourmet, but it was a delicious chili dog. I also had a bratwurst with a double order of sauerkraut on top. Because
What is that?
Sauerkraut? It's like fermented or pickled cabbage. Excuse me, pickled cabbage.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I bumped into somebody else there who told me, "Hey, try the queso fries." And I was like, "Okay."
Just $30.
Yeah, the meal ended up being around $35.
Just for you?
No, me and my buddy.
Oh, okay.
But I got the queso fries, and they were really delicious. But at some point, I realized there were jalapenos on them.
You don't eat peppers?
Well, I like them, but I can't because they don't like me. Peppers give me the poopies. ¿Comprendes?
Did you go back to the Capitol?
No, this was the night before. So that night, I stayed in my hotel room, and I was waiting for it to hit me. And I went, a couple times just out of...
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
They're right there back. Go ahead.
All right. So I went back. I went to the restroom a couple times just to be safe, and nothing major. So I was like, "Oh, cool, man. This is one of those times where it passes me over."
Yeah.
Well, I'm walking down Congress Street looking for breakfast, as you suggested. Then it hits me,
Oh no.
and I'm a good distance. I'm a good walking distance, especially for a fat man. A good walking distance away from my hotel.
What did you do? Hold tight.
Oh, I held very tight. I duck walked back all the way to my hotel, and I just kept thinking, "Dear Lord, please don't let me crap my pants. I don't want to have to use that nice shower to clean my jeans."
Oh my gosh. So you made it?
I barely made it back to my hotel.
Oh my gosh.
I was on the 33rd floor. But thank goodness these elevators are super fast. So fast they made my ears pop.
Damn, cuz.
But I made it back to my room and I tore it up. And I was like, well, I was just down Congress, down at the state capitol. Now I'm back in my hotel room. Do I go back down there? Do I wait? It was almost time for me to go do the other stuff I had to do, so I just waited. I waited. Some friends came by, and then we met up for a little while, and then we all went and started doing what we had planned to do. This one, I had a good time.
What if you would have had to go on the floor? I mean, on the front. You probably would have been arrested. You would have been arrested.
It would have been broad daylight, early morning. There was security all around and other visitors. Yeah. And I wasn't trying to recreate my grandfather's bet.
It just so happens you just got the urge to go as you were thinking about him.
It would have been a new family story. 2 people in our family have taken a shit on the steps of the Texas State Capitol building.
That's
horrible. One of them won a bet. The other one was just incontinent.
I wonder what he won. He won the bet, but I wonder what it was. Probably a pack of cigarettes.
I'm thinking it might have just been bragging rights.
Oh my gosh. I've never heard that story.
Yeah. You ask somebody. Ask your mom, ask my mom. Somebody knows this more about this story than what I just told.
That's crazy. Grandpa was savage.
Yeah, he was, man. Grandpa was hell on wheels.
I know. I I wonder what he what did he clean himself with?
I think from what I remember about Grandpa, he probably just ran, pulled down his Dickies pants, stuck his ass out, took a crap, pulled him up, and then ran away. Cleaned himself up later. That's my guess.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to get too into this, but
We're already
I
into
can
it.
go through like a whole. I feel like sometimes a whole roll of paper is used. I mean, I don't know. It's just too weird.
Maybe he ran and took a shower somewhere else later. I don't know.
I hope so. That would have been pretty nasty. I mean, I would have had so many questions for him if he, would have shared that story. When I remember, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have been like,
well, I don't remember hearing that story while he was alive. So
how do we know it's even true?
We don't know. That's why I refer to it as a family legend. But Mom claims it was true.
Did they ask those questions?
I don't know. You're asking the wrong person. We need to ask these questions and then follow up. That's what you need to do for the next show.
I'm going to put it in the parking lot of questions. I'm going to park that question over here.
Next to the vulva?
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. So I was staying at this luxurious hotel, the Fairmont. And they had bathrobes in there because it's a luxury hotel.
I seen you in it.
I put one on and I didn't want to take it off because I'm not really a bathrobe person, but I think it's because I just bought shitty bathrobes. This was really nice, and I was like, I want one of these. Let me see how much they cost. So I got on the internet, and I was thinking to myself, okay, this is a nice bathrobe, but I have no idea what the price range would be. What am I comfortable spending on a bathrobe now that I've felt a nice quality bathrobe? And I was thinking $50 sounds pretty reasonable. I'll go 60. If it's any more than 60, I'm not getting it. But if it's $60 or less, I might pick one up.
Can I guess?
Go for it.
$89.99.
That's a good guess for the lower quality ones. This was not a low quality one. This was their higher quality one.
I want to do another guess.
Go for it. What's your other guess?
$129.99.
Is that your final offer?
Yes.
That is. Oh, let me press the button. That is incorrect.
Damn.
Yeah, one more guess.
$189.99.
Oh, you've gone over. I'm sorry. Bum, bum, ba-dum.
Just $159.99.
Yes and no. And let me tell you why.
$159.98.
No. Stop. Stop guessing. Stop. Let me finish my story. So I got on the internet and I looked it up and I found a store that sold Fairmont robes. And I found it for $149.99.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, oh, you're not that comfortable. So I just kept the one on that I had and was like, well, this will be our one weekend together. I'll just have to enjoy you while I can. And I was sitting there with just the bathrobe on because I'd gotten out of the shower and I was enjoying its comfort. So my last day there, I took a picture of myself with the robe like nestled against my face, like, and I tweeted it out and I said, "Goodbye, luxurious robe, something, something, something," and I tagged the Fairmont Hotel in it. Well, they responded to my tweet and they said, thanks for staying in our hotels. If you really enjoyed the robe, just send us your contact information and we'll have a representative get back to you with how you can get a robe of your own. And
You're
I'm
like,
thinking,
hell yeah, I'm gonna get a free robe.
well, I'm thinking they're gonna send me a link to a store to buy the robe. But there was a little piece of me like, hey, I don't have like a whole lot of Twitter influence, but maybe they think I do. And maybe, just maybe, they might be offering a free robe. Maybe. This is just a little piece of me thinking this. A little infectious piece. And then I was like, nah, it's bullshit. They're gonna send me to the store, whatever. But I told some friends about it, and one friend was like, oh, dude, they're gonna give you a free robe. I said, no, they're not. He's like, well, at least try. You never know. I was like, you're right. I'm gonna try. So I followed them back and I sent them my contact information. And like a day or two later, they got back and said, thank you. We'll be following up with some information. So I kept checking my email. Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
They just pulling your leg.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, they're such a big company. Who's going to remember? Yeah. I have no Twitter influence, so whatever. But then I got an email from a representative of the Fairmont. And they were, again, thanking me for enjoying the stay. And if I wanted a robe of my own, click on this link. And I'm like, ooh, okay, what's it going to be? It's going to be for their privileged, thank you for saying, here is a complimentary bathrobe of your choice. It was a link to a store. And the price on this store was $159.99.
Oh, my God.
$10 more than the store I found on my own.
They said, we're going to really screw him.
They're like, if he can afford to stay in our hotel, he can afford to spend $10 extra on a robe that was already expensive. So I bought 3 of them.
No, you
I did not. I bought 0. I got back on Twitter. I was like, thanks, Fairmont. And I unfollowed them. But no,
Thanks.
it was other than that. Yeah.
Fairmont for wasting my time.
For getting my hopes up.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Damn.
But no,
that
it
would
was
suck.
it was a really nice hotel. I had a great time. Had a great weekend. I also wore their slippers the whole weekend. I brought my own, but then I found theirs. I'm like, oh, complimentary slippers. I'll wear these. But they were really, really snug.
Oh God.
Like, and I don't have particularly big feet or anything, but like they were really snug. And then Sunday morning, after I had my shower and I'm putting on my bathrobe, I look in the closet. There's another pair of shoes, and I'm like, hey, look, might as well enjoy. I mean, there's 2 of everything in here because it was a 2-bedroom hotel.
Uh-huh.
I pulled the shoes down. They're a different color, and they're bigger.
So you probably had on the woman's.
I think so. I felt like such an idiot.
Oh my God.
These were much more comfortable. They fit better. And
How much were those?
well, I mean, to use them in the room, it was free.
Yeah, but like if
To buy them, I think it was like 15.
Dang, that's
I
not
know.
too bad.
Well, I don't need those. I have some of my own that I got for Christmas.
Dang.
Yeah. But that's it. I barely got to hang out in the hotel because I was out in downtown Austin doing fun stuff with some friends.
Well,
And
good for you.
Yeah, I
So
had a really
happy.
good time. Yeah, I was waddling back to the hotel so I didn't shit my pants.
Holding tight ass.
Yeah, it was nice though. I did a lot of walking over the weekend, so much so that I got blisters on my feet.
No.
They like after a couple of days of regular non-use like I normally do, they went away. So once I got back home and sat on my ass for like a day and a half or 2 days, they were gone. It was fine. Everything was back to normal. It's fine. I'm not walking anymore. I'm sitting a lot. My feet are fine.
Oh my goodness. You might need a back support.
Definitely could use that.
I'm wearing one right now, and I think it's really helping me.
Well, the one I bought doesn't fit.
What?
The one I bought does not fit.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, maybe you should just buy another one that does like. So, are you still doing keto?
I've been off my diet for a little while. I need to get back on. I will get back onto it, but for the vacation and then that trip back home and not having enough time to prepare my lunches, I've been off the rails for a few weeks now.
That sucks. It really is about planning.
Planning and discipline.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of motivational things too on leadership, and discipline is a big part of it. And yeah, if I want to be a good leader, I need to get disciplined.
What are you listening to?
I'm listening to a guy named Simon Sinek. He's written a couple of books on leadership. The first one is called Start With Why. And he wrote another one called Good Leaders Eat Last. And he has like a bunch of speeches on YouTube that you can find. In fact, I think you can probably find his books on YouTube, although I don't think that's 100% legal.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of inspirational speeches, it triggered something. Remember we were talking about, well, I don't know if it was on the show, but you and I had talked, and there was a former retired Navy SEAL that gave a speech at
UT.
UT, right, in 2006?
I don't remember the year.
Or maybe later. But so when I find out or learn new things,
2014.
2014, that's it. I was way off.
Way off.
When I find things that are inspirational or
Admiral William H. McRaven.
Yes.
Just to get it all correct.
Yeah. I won't remember that name either. Just William.
Admiral McRaven.
Admiral McRaven.
McRaven.
So I was talking about it with one of the helpers that were helping me with the project at work. And sorry about that. He was actually a graduating student, and he was there at that speech. He was in the group. He was the graduating class, not just him, but many others.
Yeah, it's a great speech. Anyone who hasn't heard it, look it up. It's on YouTube. Admiral William H. McRaven commencement speech at University of Texas, 2014.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I'm taking this the wrong, like if my perspective on it is wrong, or like he gave an example that kind of stuck with me in my head is your first accomplishment of the day. Obviously you get up and you wash your face, you brush your teeth, you do all that other stuff, but fixing your bed.
Yeah, make your bed.
And he's like, and that's just the start of many more accomplishments that you're going to do during the day.
Yes.
And I don't know if it's like if it's literally like making your bed, or
go ahead.
Or if it's like just something that you're doing to say you accomplished something that first thing in the morning.
Yeah, I think it's to like get the ball rolling. Like you accomplish one thing, you can scratch it off your list, go on to the next thing, scratch it off your list, and then you keep accomplishing more and more. But like if you don't start your day off right, it's kind of like we were talking earlier about the choices you make.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you start off and you eat a donut for breakfast and down a soda for your drink or whatever, it's not really an accomplishment.
Right.
You haven't started your day. You come home, you have a messy bed. You're going to make it and then go to bed comfortably, or you're going to lay on top of the pile that's there and lay uncomfortably. You make your bed.
Right.
I think that was one of the points he made. So even if you have a terrible day, at least you come home to a made bed.
Right.
Which is true. Stuff. Yeah.
It was just so go ahead.
No, yeah, make your bed. Start your morning off with an accomplishment. And then keep accomplishing things.
Well, and I think that's what I'm going to have to... Well, I do make my bed. Almost every morning I try to make sure I make my bed. But that's been something I've been doing before.
Well, I built my bed, so I literally made my bed.
You did. How is the mattress going?
It's a piece of shit. Sleeping in that hotel was so much better.
Damn. That's crazy. It's not crazy. That sucks.
I feel like I'm sleeping on a prison mattress.
I don't even know what a prison mattress would feel like.
Me neither, but I'm guessing. How about this? I'm trying to avoid prison altogether. I abide by the law. I'm just saying my mattress, like from what I've... What?
State. I said you don't poop on the state capitol
steps. Please don't do that. That's disrespectful and illegal. But no, from what I've seen in movies, prison mattresses look like a thin little piece of whatever.
Mm-hmm. And you got blurry. Sorry.
And my mattress
is similar to that.
A thin little piece of whatever. It's a thin little piece of foam.
Because That's not good.
Well, I consider it me paying my dues right now. Okay, until I can afford to live on my own again and buy adult items and live in luxury like I was staying at the Fairmont Hotel. Which, by the way, they're not a sponsor, although I would be open to it, even if the sponsorship consisted of, here's a free robe, talk about our hotel.
And we're going to throw in a new wallet for you.
I'll take a wallet and a robe. So anyway, yeah, it's a crappy mattress.
You need to get a new one.
I do, but at some other time.
Need.
Yes.
No, it's not a want. It's a need.
I can't afford it right now because I just spent the weekend in a nice hotel.
You could have bought a whole new bed for what that cost you.
I could have bought a new phone that I badly need.
Oh,
but it's okay. It's okay. It was worth it.
Good
they say money can't buy happiness, but it can buy experiences, and good experiences create happiness.
Yeah, there's a song by
Bobby McFerrin. Don't worry, be happy.
Yeah, him too. But there's another one. Chris Stapleton. No.
Sounds boring.
No, it's not. It's not Chris Stapleton. It's another country singer.
Sounds boring.
Yeah.
If it's not Hank Williams Jr., I don't want to know.
It can buy me a boat and a. I have to pull it up. But
way down yonder on a Chattahoochee.
That's not Hank Williams.
It gets hotter than a hoochie coochie.
I like that song. I'd like to learn how to dance two-step.
We laid rubber on a Georgia asphalt.
Because I didn't know you listened to country music.
Talk about living and a little about love. Who is that?
Isn't it Randy Travis?
No.
It's not Garth Brooks.
No, come on. He was huge in the 90s.
Yeah.
Had a white cowboy hat.
Alan Jackson.
Alan Jackson.
Yeah.
There it is. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some country songs.
I don't listen to them as much, but there are some. I like a few of them out there.
Well, now that go ahead.
Sad.
Well, yeah, a lot of. I mean, that's the old joke. What do you get when you play a country song backwards?
I don't know.
You get your wife back, you get your truck back, you get your house back, and you get your dog back.
Oh my gosh.
You never
there
heard
it
that
is. No, I haven't. It's Chris Jansen.
Who is Chris Jansen?
You can buy me a boat.
What are you even talking about?
That's the song I was talking about that I was trying to remember.
It's a new song? Sing a little bit of it.
Can I just play it?
No. No. Don't play it. We don't have rights for that.
Oh. I was trying to find the lyrics.
How about this? We just pretend you never said it. We just move on.
Okay.
What else are we talking about?
Well, we're done with your bed because you need a new one. We've come to that.
You're right. There's no room in there for anyone else.
I know. What are we going to do about that?
I don't know.
I remember us talking like on episode 50.
About what?
About I said but your dating experience and the experimental subjects that we were going to target.
I didn't pick up any experimental subjects, but I did go to a store the other day that I go to quite frequently.
Uh-huh.
I haven't been there in a while, and a woman who works there came out from the back to come speak to me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and she mentioned my haircut.
Oh.
And then she asked me about work because she's never asked me about that. And we talked a little bit, and I felt like she might have been hitting on me a little bit.
And how did that make you feel?
It boosted my confidence.
And what did you do from there?
I said, okay, I'll be seeing you around. I got to get back to work.
And you've been working 80 hours since then.
Pretty much. No, maybe 60.
So is this a store that you can go back to?
Yeah. I told you I frequent it quite a bit.
I know, but like...
But I haven't in a while because I've been really busy.
So what's your game plan?
I don't know. I thought about asking her out. And then I thought, cuz please put your headphones back on so you can hear. Can you hear me?
I think I had my earphones on wrong. Because they kept slipping off. I don't think I had them on right.
Well, they're on your head. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. So my plan, I thought about asking her out on a date. But this is one of those situations where I'm not sure how old she is. She could be...
Excuse. Get it out of the way.
Possible excuse. But she could be in her 20s, which is almost a what?
You're already making excuses.
I am.
Stop.
The other thing too is, since this is a store that I like to frequent, if things don't work out, I don't want to have to stop going there.
Then another excuse. Don't. You're already
I'm pre-breaking up.
Yes, and y'all haven't even gone out. Excuse.
Look, let's start with the online dating thing. Let me start dating strangers first, so if I mess things up, I don't have to worry about them intruding on my personal life as much.
Okay, so let's just step back to this frequent place that you go to.
Yes.
And this lady comes out and she's interested in you, or she finds you interesting enough to ask you questions and want to know a little bit more about you.
I think she's a fan of N2P podcast. She wants to get on the show. I'm just kidding. No, she knows nothing about this podcast. I'm joking.
She wants in on the wealth, huh?
Much like people in our family, she knows nothing about this podcast. Much like our closest friends, she knows nothing about this podcast.
Mostly about everything. They don't know anything. Well, Isabel wore her N2P podcast shirt to work the other day. And when she came home, I was like, what? But I didn't ask her, like, did anybody ask you about the shirt? I was just kind of almost like, I was avoiding the question. But I am going to ask her.
Does she wear her shirt a lot?
Yeah.
Is she proud of you?
Yeah, and Luis is wearing it more often too.
What? And now that we're to a point that we're so busy we can't record that often, now we're starting to get family support.
Yeah, well, support.
I hate our family. I hate our slow but supportive family. Golly, where were you in the beginning when we needed you?
Gosh.
Now that we have a massive audience of 3 or 4 people, now they're jumping on board.
That's only putting the word out there.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I love our family.
Yeah, so do I. And I don't want to ever make anybody mad.
Shut up. As dysfunctional as we are. Hey, if I tell you something, you promise not to tell anyone?
Don't tell me. I don't want to be any part of it.
No, that's what happens to a secret in our family. It becomes, it's not a secret, but you got to promise not to tell
everybody
anyone.
knows. And then somebody will ask you, hey, did so-and-so tell you about this? And you're like, no. What are you talking about?
This is the first I've heard. The hell you say? What?
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
You're kidding.
Yeah, but don't tell nobody.
Well, does so-and-so know?
I don't know, maybe.
I didn't tell them because I just found it.
Said not to say anything.
That's how you keep a secret in our family.
Yes. Actually, it's not just our family. At work, it happens the same way. Like, I found myself easily telling somebody something. And then, like, I told someone something. I said, hey, don't tell nobody. And then we all went out for like a group lunch. And someone brought up what I had said. But they didn't say so-and-so said or anything. They just said, oh, I heard blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there thinking, oh, crap. The only person that would know that is me.
That bitch. Oh, you.
Yeah. And I told one person. So when I went to ask her, I was like, why did you say that? I didn't tell him it was you that told me. I was like, okay. So, you have to be careful who you don't tell anybody to, because most likely it will leak. And then it gets changed.
I need a confidant, though. I can't keep secrets inside of me. I need to be able to release that. That's what you've been for me.
That's what the number 2 podcast is for.
But there are some secrets I can't release on the air.
Yeah.
Especially work stuff.
I know what you mean. So let's get back to your dating.
Yeah. Am I speaking to future Dr. T?
Yes. So
she hasn't said hello officially, though.
Hello, this is Dr. T. Welcome.
Future Dr. T. You're not a doctor
I'm sorry. Yet. Welcome to the future Dr. T segment of the number 2 podcast.
Oh, wait. I think I have some music for your segment. Hang on. Let me play it. Because I'm kidding. Remember that iPad?
So, what I've heard so far is 2 excuses. And you're breaking up before you even go out.
I'm just being a realist.
That is not a realist. That's a fakeist.
Actually, I think the term is a pessimist.
A pessimist?
Yeah,
I knew that.
My glass is half empty.
You're already thinking of reasons of why this is not going to work. Do you realize that?
Because I don't work without a net. I don't take those kinds of chances, all right? If I'm going to walk a tightrope, there's going to be something underneath that catches me.
What type rope?
Tightrope.
I know, but what
it's a
net?
It's a metaphor. Like, I'm going to take a chance. Like, all right, here's what I'm saying. If I were to take a chance and step out on a tightrope, there's a good chance I will fall off of it. Yes?
Okay, let me give you a different metaphor.
No, we're already starting this metaphor.
Yes.
Good chance I'll fall off. If I fall off, I don't want to fall and hit the ground. That'll kill me.
Okay,
or hurt me very badly.
Let's use this. An analogy.
But if there's a net. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. You're playing a game of Monopoly. Right?
Yeah, someone just invited me to play a game of Monopoly. I said no.
Maybe this is a sign.
I said no.
You get the dice in your hand and you shake it in your hand.
I'm juggling the dice around in my hand like this.
Yeah.
Got the dice in my hand. Yeah.
And you throw it down.
And I throw it down like this, right in their face.
Right. And you have no idea
Snake eyes.
Where your little
dice.
Car or your little...
I'm the dog.
The little doggy, you have no idea where it's going to land. But you continue to play.
No, they asked me to play. I said no. I didn't want to play. I said it sounds boring. I don't have 4 hours to spare.
If you did,
but I didn't.
Let's just put you in the thing that you were playing a game. You used to play Monopoly.
Let's talk about the tightrope.
No, you take a chance. Who cares if you fail?
I do because it affects my life. Because it hurts my feelings. How about that?
Do or do not. There is no try.
So I am doing not.
And you'll never get anywhere.
I thought you were going to help me fill out the dating profile.
I'm trying, but you're already breaking up with the people online that you haven't
No, not online, in real life. IRL.
Get on. Let's do this. I'm on a mission. Well, are you even going to date people if they show interest online? Like go out on a date?
That's the plan. By the way, I need to recover from the luxury hotel.
There you go.
Hey, I wanted to ask somebody out for that weekend, but what I want to say, hey, you want to come spend the weekend with me at my hotel downtown?
It's a 2-bedroom.
No, it's a 2-bed, 1 room.
Oh, I thought you said a 2-bedroom.
No, there's 2 beds, 1 room.
Yeah. That
one
probably
bed,
been
one bed for all my
awkward.
stuff, and then the other bed for me and whoever I would have invited.
Yeah. Okay. So I always like, if you were get to that point, would you feel comfortable having to walk back from the Capitol, tight butt cheeks and all, if you would have had a friend, a person that you were interested in, walking with you waiting. Would you have been able to do that?
I mean, I would have had no choice. It's either that or crap my pants. It would have been very uncomfortable, but I mean, like, what am I going to do?
Tell her, wait right here. I'll be right back.
I'll be back in 45 minutes. Don't move a muscle. You look beautiful. I'll see you. I want to remember you. I want to remember this image forever. Just let me go shit. And she'll be like, why are you walking like a duck? Oh, it's a fun game I play.
That's funny. We were going to go stay with a friend of Luis's one time.
Because
we went
the dating
out of town.
profile?
Yeah. Wait, I'm going to tell you this. He was like, well, we could stay with them. They've offered us to stay at their house. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. I said, but let me ask you, are you comfortable getting up in the morning, doing your morning duty, and having them in the next room or hearing you? I said, are you cool with that? He was like, no, let's rent a room.
And there you go.
So anyway, back to the dating profile.
Yes.
Do you have one set up?
Well, yeah, I have one, and I've already filled it out, but I was hoping you might be able to help me enhance it or correct some things, or maybe
Reword. Okay.
I mean, we've already been doing this show for an hour, so why not start this now?
Do we want to finish?
Well, I mean, you promised on episode 50 that episode 51 we would do this.
Okay.
Do you want to do this?
Let's just do it. How long do you think it's going to take?
About 4 hours.
We might have to break these episodes up.
All right, yeah, that's a good way. We'll leave a cliffhanger.
There you go.
Okay.
And they have to listen. They have to. You hear that, Aunt Becky? You have to listen to episode 52.
Mom listens to all of them.
I know that was
Your
a
mom
joke.
listens to none of them.
She refuses to. I think she's like done. She's done with me altogether.
We have such a happy family, and this podcast has brought us so close together.
Oh my gosh! I never even thought that it would bring so much joy to our family.
If you're a single woman, look me up on dating sites. You know what? No, don't look me up on dating sites. You have a direct connection to me.
Yeah, go
At
to
Num2Pod on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Email me, num2pod@gmail.com.
Yeah.
That's NUMTWOPOD. Please be age appropriate. That's like within 10 years of me. So
yeah. I need
whatever.
to use the restroom. Don't.
That wasn't impressive at all. Neither was that.
It sounds like you're about to throw up.
Hey, shut up. Maybe I was. All right. Well, look, I got to get out of here. I have a lunch to go to. So, any last words, cuz?
Keep it real. Stop making excuses. Go back to the frequent store you visit. If that makes any sense.
Are you talking to me or to our audience?
To you.
Oh, for our audience. Do you have
For
any
our
last...
audience, we have a right. We have a choice. Be happy. Don't worry.
I think you got it backwards.
What? Be happy.
Don't worry.
Be
happy.
There you go. So yeah, you have a choice. Don't worry and be happy, or worry and be dark.
And be not happy.
Yep. The choice is yours.
Don't worry, be happy. Or don't be happy and worry. No. Don't worry, be happy. Or worry, don't be happy.
There you go.
Those are your choices.
No. Don't worry, be happy. Worry, be unhappy.
This is the part where I would play the music to say goodbye, but I have no music, so I'll add it in post now. I might be way off tempo. You know what? I'm going to stop singing because I might be way off tempo.
Oh, man.
So this is just in post. I'll add the music. This is goodbye.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Until number 52.
Thanks for the terrible advice, future Dr. T.
I'm sorry. I'm always